We'll learn more about Don Piper's extraordinary trip to heaven today. This is Chapter 2 of 90 Minutes in Heaven. Congratulations on starting this literary journey. If not, try a local bookstore. Don left this world without traveling through a dark tunnel or watching a beautiful light show. There was no slow fading or known vibrations as he breathed his last. Instead, he was surrounded by a genius beyond his wildest dreams. His place changed, and he was in heaven. Imagine Don's utter excitement as he looks up at the sky. Imagine a bustling Coachella crowd in ethereal space. Heaven's logistics don't care about distance anymore as everyone is coming to meet him. Even though these celestial bodies are gathering, Jesus is missing. Don greets his celestial welcoming committee. Don loves Grandpa Joe Colbeth's big banana nose and snow-white hair. Their hug is like a pleasant, nostalgic rendezvous. Despite the challenges of getting there, seeing each other again is most essential. After a heart attack, Grandpa is Don's youth ambulance hero. There are as many ideas as stars regarding why Grandpa takes this vital job. It could be because Don witnessed Grandpa's death. No matter what, familiar faces continue. Don appreciates the affection, hugs, kisses, and handshakes. Due to his role as Don's childhood friend and Sunday school and Christian mentor, Mike Wood stands out among these angels. Mike was a wonderful player and person. He died tragically in a vehicle accident at 19. When Mike died, Don was in a lot of pain, but their encounter in heaven proves love can overcome everything. Don's cosmic journey is over. It was a thrilling voyage with embraces, ecstasy, and the world's best greeting committee. Who would have believed heaven would contain endless love and familiar faces? This narrative is one of the few things that might make you interested in the future. Mike's memorial service attendees observed Don in great emotional distress. As the tears came, I wondered why Mike, a religious man, was taken too young. Don kept thinking about the agony and absence for years. Even though Mike wasn't always in Don's mind, thinking about him brought grief. After Don entered paradise, the tale touched. Don was hugged by Mike next to him. Happy he shone. Pain and despair disappeared in this wonderful realm. Don wondered why Mike was so pleased, but the place's happiness helped him forget his questions. He considered the event paradise and happiness. In the land of celestial wonder, a chorus of celestial beings called Don by name and caressed him with warmth unmatched on earth. Their stunningly happy features appeared to transcend human expression and encompass him in a timeless tranquility. Don used worldly temporal boundaries to describe this incredible experience, even though the scene was timeless, to get clarity in the divine joy. Don saw his great-grandfather and his high school friend Barry Wilson, who died too soon, among the heavenly bodies. Their embraces were filled with boundless joy, and the group praised the divine. It was clear they were excited to add Don to their angel group. Don saw two professors who had taught him about Jesus' messages in this set of stars and planets. He saw ancient and young celestial beings, even if they didn't know one another on Earth. He felt a deep familiarity beyond bodily limitations. Don struggled to describe this heavenly experience. This reunion in space was filled of happiness, excitement, warmth, and unbounded satisfaction that Earth language couldn't capture. Being held close, touched softly, laughed out loud, and appreciated deeply kept Don engaged in a never-ending flow of experiences, without seeming tired. Nothing like this massive reunion in heaven has ever transpired on Earth. It was better than Don's best family gatherings on Earth, such in Monticello, Arkansas. Now the portals of heaven were calling out to a group beyond earthly family. This was the most elegant family gathering. When Don was in this celestial sphere, sensory interactions were like feasts. Incredible hugs and breathtaking sights couldn't be found anywhere else. The vibrant colors created a spectacular show that was unmatched. I couldn't remember the flavor, but the intensity of the experience made me think that even savoring was more exquisite than any earthly treat. Don felt like he had entered another world. He couldn't express it. The overwhelming sense of vigor in this wide universe beyond the stars was stronger than even his happiest times on Earth. He stood silently in the middle of loved ones, trying to understand what he saw. There were shouts of elation and excitement in the crowd, but it was hard to hear them in this timeless universe of divine beauty, where waiting seemed everlasting. Don realized that each face had shaped his Christian journey as he gazed at them. Their positive influence improved his discipleship and spiritual growth. The crowd chatted about their wordless joy at being in this magnificent planet without considering how it affected them. Don added, "I relish this shared moment with all of you," but his words couldn't express his joy at being surrounded by family and friends. He didn't seem to regret leaving up his family and possessions in this surreal heaven. God seemed to clarify his mind. Friends looked like they did on Earth and were happy. Don's great-grandmother, Hattie Mann, used to stoop in old age, but now she stood erect, smoothed her lines, and smiled brightly. In this constant world, age didn't matter. Everyone was lovely and exquisite despite their shortcomings. After all these years, Don still remembered those lovely faces and warm grins. He could summon these lovely beings who had welcomed him in heaven with unequaled tenderness and affection with one glance. His memories of their memorable occasions gave him hope. They surrounded him on their first meeting. Every face indicated a love bigger and deeper than any he had felt on earth. The celestial beings around Don conveyed their affection without words. How much they loved each other amazed him. When he looked away from the faces, a dazzling light covered everything, making it impossible to describe what he saw. As they approached a brighter gate, the scenery transformed. A modest hill rose. Don expected a hole beyond the fence, but he saw a dazzling light. Each stride was brighter with his celestial pals. It was like entering a gateway from a dimly lit chamber to the noontime sun. It was bright, yet each step made it prettier. Don thought the light encircled him and brought God closer. His view from heaven was crisp, unlike ours, which adjusts slowly. In paradise, our senses are enhanced, so we can fully perceive everything. A sensory journey fills me with reverence. Because I don't know what's next, each step amazes me. Celestial sounds enhance my experience. This story isn't detailed due to legal restrictions. The video for today must stop. I recommend this literary journey above all others. Write about what you've read. May you stay safe and blessed until we meet again.